A quick flashback from episode 1 and 2. Angela's secret was exposed when Mrs. Peterson ordered mandatory medical tests. The truth came out. Angela was 3 months pregnant with Donald's baby from the night of his birthday party. Mrs. Peterson demanded a DNA test, but just as the family was dealing with the bombshell revelation, Pamela walked in. "What's going on? Why does everyone look like someone died?" Pamela asked, sensing the tension in the room. "Hello, family. Welcome to Diary of a Storyteller. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel for more beautiful, emotional, and heartwarming stories. Thank you, as you do so. Sit back and relax as we dive into this beautiful story. Now, back to the present. Every second stretched like an eternity. Angela watched Donald's face as he made a choice that would determine all their future. Mrs. Peterson quickly stepped in front of Donald, forcing a smile. "Nothing, dear Pamela," she replied, trying to cover up the whole situation. "Just dealing with a staff issue. One of the maids has to leave for a family emergency. Very inconvenient timing with the wedding." Pamela's eyes scanned the room suspiciously, landing on Angela's tear-stained face. "A family emergency that requires the doctor?" She pointed at Dr. Frederick, standing awkwardly with his medical bag. "Just a routine follow-up. All staff cleared. Healthy household." Dr. Frederick answered nervously. Pamela stepped closer to Angela, studying her. "You're the one leaving? What's your name again?" "Angela?" Angela couldn't speak. Her voice was trapped somewhere between her heart and her throat. "You've been crying," Pamela spoke softly, staring through the drop of tears in her eyes. "Must be quite the family emergency." There was something sharp in her voice, suspicious. "What happened? Someone died?" "Pamela," Donald called out sharply, "it's not our business. Let's go discuss the wedding flowers." "I want to know," she cut in. "Call it mistress of the house training." She smiled, but it was cold. "If there's drama in this household, I should know about it. I'll be living here in 2 weeks." Mrs. Peterson stared at Pamela with a calculating expression. "Her mother is ill," she lied. "She needs to return to her village to care for her. We're being generous and giving her 2 weeks severance pay." The lie hung in the air like smoke. Everyone could smell it, but no one could see through it. Pamela stared at her unconvinced, but unable to prove. "How charitable." She turned to Donald. "Baby, can we please go? I've been waiting all day to show you the wedding decorations." "Of course," Donald replied mechanically. As they left, Donald glanced back at Angela one more time. That look said everything. Guilt, confusion, fear, and something else Angela couldn't quite read. By evening, at the staff quarters, Angela sat on her bed, door locked from outside. Mrs. Peterson had kept her word. Angela was a prisoner in her own room. They had taken her phone, locked the door, posted Agatha outside like a guard. The DNA test had been done that afternoon, a simple cheek swab from Donald and Angela. Now they waited. 3 days. Dr. Frederick said the results would take 3 days. 3 days locked in this room with nothing but her thoughts and the growing life inside her. There was a soft knock on the door before it opened. Agatha entered with a food tray in her hands. "I brought you dinner. Jollof rice and chicken," she whispered. "Thank you, Ma," Angela replied with a weak and teary voice. "Is it true? What Mrs. Peterson is saying?" she asked, setting down the tray on the table. "Is Mr. Donald really the father?" Angela nodded, tears falling down her eyes. Agatha sighed deeply. "Oh, Angela, what have you done?" "I didn't plan it, Ma." Angela teared up. I was just helping him that night. He was so confused, so vulnerable. And then, it just happened." There was a long pause between them. "Do you love him?" Agatha asked, breaking the silence. "It doesn't matter," Angela replied, wiping her tears. "He's marrying Pamela. He doesn't remember me. Even if the baby is his, I'm just a maid. A problem to be solved. My daughter, Agatha whispered softly. You need to be careful. I've worked for the Petersons for 20 years. They protect their name above everything. Above money. Above love. Above truth. Agatha glanced at the locked door nervously. If that DNA test proves the baby is Donald's, they won't let you keep it. Angela placed her hands on her stomach protectively. What do you mean? Agatha moved closer to her, whispering into her ears. They'll offer you money. Lots of money. But you'll have to sign papers. Give up all rights. Disappear. Maybe they'll even suggest you terminate the pregnancy. I won't. I won't give up my baby. Angela broke down in tears. Then you need to escape. Before the results comes back. Before they trap you with lawyers and contracts, Agatha whispered. How? Angela asked curiously. The door's locked. You're supposed to be watching me. Agatha pulled out a key from her pocket. I have a spare key. I'll unlock it tonight after everyone sleeps. There's a service exit by the kitchen. But you'll need money. Where will you go? My village, Angela replied. I sent all my savings to my mother for her hospital bills, but I have family there. They'll help me. Then go, Agatha added. Tonight. Don't wait for the results. Don't let them control your future. While Angela planned her escape, Donald Peterson sat in his room, unable to sleep. His perfect, controlled life had exploded in the span of one afternoon. He remembered now. Not everything, but enough. Angela's gentle hands helping him walk, her soft voice telling him to rest. The way she looked at him, not like the billionaire, not like the prize, but like a person who was hurting. And then, warmth, comfort, connection he hadn't felt in years. Donald's phone buzzed. It was a message from Pamela. The flowers are perfect, it read. My dress came in. You're going to die when you see me? Can't believe we'll be married in 11 days. Mrs. Pamela Peterson. She added a nice ring to it. 11 days. In 11 days, he would marry a woman he didn't love. A woman chosen by families and political alliances. A business merger disguised as a wedding. There was a knock on his door. Mrs. Peterson barged in before he could say a word. We need to talk, she said coldly. About Angela? He asked. About damage control, she cut in sharply. If that test comes back positive. It will, he replied immediately. I remember enough now. The baby is mine. Mrs. Peterson's jaw tightened. Then we handle it quietly. We pay her off. Generously. She signs an NDA, leaves Lagos, and never contacts this family again. The baby can be raised by distant relatives in the village, or we arrange an adoption. You're talking about my child like it's a business problem, Donald screamed. It is a business problem, she raised her voice. Senator Godwin has promised government contracts worth 500 million naira if you marry his daughter. Your company's expansion into Ghana and Kenya depends on political support. And beyond business, think of the scandal. Pregnant maid, bastard child. The blogs will destroy us. Donald stood up angry, facing his mother. So we just... What? Pretend my child doesn't exist? There was a long pause between them. People like us don't have the luxury of following our hearts, Donald, she replied. Your father built this empire by making difficult choices, sacrifices. That's what separates the powerful from the poor. Besides, what would you do? Cancel the wedding? Marry the maid? Can you imagine your father's reaction? The board of directors? Your investors? Donald's face tore between emotions and reality. She was right, and Donald hated her for it. In his world, love was a luxury he couldn't afford. The results will arrive in 2 days, Mrs. Peterson added. When they confirm what we already know, I'll handle everything. You just focus on your wedding. Marry Pamela. give her children eventually. This mistake will disappear. Angela waited in the darkness at the staff quarters. Agatha had said she would come at 2 a.m. when the house was deepest in sleep. Every minute felt like an hour. The door creaked open. Agatha stood in the doorway, fingers to her lips as she whispered, "Quick, everyone's asleep. Here." Agatha pressed some money into Angela's hand. "It's 30,000 naira, she whispered. "All I have saved. Take it. Get to the motor park and find a bus to your village." Tears streamed down Angela's cheeks. Her eyes filled with sadness. "Ma, I can't take your money," she cried quietly. "You're carrying a child," Agatha replied. "You need it more than I do. Now go, before I change my mind." They moved through the dark mansion like ghosts, down the staff staircase, through the kitchen, toward the service exit that led to the back gates. Angela held the doorknob. Freedom was one door away. One door between her and a life where she controlled her own destiny. Suddenly, the lights flooded on. Mrs. Peterson stood in the kitchen doorway, still in her nightgown, face cold. "Going somewhere?" Mrs. Peterson asked coldly. Angela's heart stopped. How did she know? "Did you really think I'd leave you unguarded? I had security watching the cameras all night." "Take her back to her room," Mrs. Peterson commanded. "And Agatha," she turned cold eyes to the older woman, "you're fired. Pack your things and leave by morning. After 20 years, I expected loyalty." "Mrs. Peterson, please," Agatha pleaded. "Get out of my sight," she screamed, her voice laced with anger. Angela was escorted back to the staff quarters, glancing back at Agatha with devastation. Now she was truly alone. Her only ally had been destroyed. Her escape route was gone. She was trapped. 2 days later, DNA results. The envelope sat on the mahogany table like a bomb waiting to explode. Everyone knew what it would say, but knowing and seeing it in writing were two different things. Mrs. Peterson. "Well, open it." Dr. Frederick opened the sealed envelope. "The DNA test confirms with 99.99% certainty that Donald Peterson is the biological father of the child Angela Benson is carrying." There it was. Official. Undeniable. Donald was going to be a father. "Mrs. Peterson, thank you, doctor. You'll receive your payment, along with a generous bonus for your discretion. I trust this information stays completely confidential." "Of course," he replied. "Mrs. Peterson, patient's privacy is sacred." Dr. Frederick left the drawing room, leaving Donald and his mother alone. "Now we move forward with the plan," she said. "I'll have our lawyers draw up the papers. I want to talk to her," he whispered softly. "Mrs. Peterson, talk to her? Why? What good would that do?" "Donald, because she's carrying my child, because I owe her something, an explanation, an apology. I don't know." "Mrs. Peterson, an apology? Donald, you were drugged at your own birthday party. If anything, she took advantage. Don't say that," he cut in sharply. "I remember enough. She didn't take advantage. If anything, I asked her to stay." There was a long pause between them, Mrs. Peterson expression calculating. "Fine, talk to her. But remember, in 9 days, you marry Pamela. Nothing changes that. Your father would disown you. The business deals would collapse. Your company's valuation would plummet without political support." Donald stood up, conflicted. "I know. I need to see her." Angela hadn't eaten properly in 3 days. The pregnancy nausea combined with anxiety had made food impossible. She had resigned herself to whatever fate the Petersons decided for her. The door unlocked and Donald entered alone, closing the door behind him. This was the first time they'd been alone since the truth came out. The first time he'd really looked at her as more than just a maid. There was a long, awkward silence between them. The DNA test came back. It's my child," Donald said softly. "I know. Angela replied quietly. Why didn't you tell me sooner? He asked. Before the wedding was planned, before everything became so complicated. Tears flowed down Angela's cheeks. Because you didn't remember me? You looked through me every day for 3 months like I was invisible. How was I supposed to tell you? Excuse me, sir. Remember? That night you don't remember? I'm pregnant. Donald sat down, head in hands. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I was drunk. No, drugged. I think someone at the party spiked my drinks. I don't remember most of that night. But I remember. I remember you being kind, being there when everyone else was fake. It doesn't matter now, Angela cut in. Your mother will pay me to disappear. I'll take the money because my mother is dying and my family needs it. You'll marry Pamela and forget this ever happened. Donald, is that what you think of me? That I'd just abandon my own child? Isn't that exactly what you're going to do? Angela replied, the direct, painful truth hanging between them. The wedding is in 9 days, Donald whispered. Invitations sent to 500 people. Government ministers, CEOs, foreign investors. My father, he'd disown me if I canceled. My company depends on the political connections this marriage brings. Then why are you here? She asked. Because I needed to see you, to tell you. He paused. I don't know what to tell you. Angela stood up, fire in her eyes despite her tears. Then let me tell you something, Donald Peterson. This baby is mine, not yours, not your family's. Mine. Whatever money your mother offers, I'll take it because I need to survive. But I'm not giving up my child. I'm not signing it away. I'll raise this baby alone if I have to. Angela, he called out softly. I don't need you, she continued. I don't need your guilt or your pity. Just let me go. Let me disappear and live my life. Marry your senator's daughter. Build your empire. Forget about the maid who loved you. Donald looked at her, shocked. You love me? Angela realized what she just said. She spoke without thinking, but she stood firm on her words. It doesn't matter. Love doesn't pay hospital bills. Love doesn't feed babies. Love is a luxury for people like you, not for people like me. Donald stood, moving towards her. What if I don't marry Pamela? You will, Angela replied, because you're not brave enough not to. The truth was a knife between them. Donald wanted to be the man who chose love over duty, but he wasn't. And they both knew it. There was a loud commotion downstairs, shouting and crashing. They both turned towards the door. A voice screamed from outside. Clearly Pamela. Where is she? Where is the little whore who's trying to steal my husband? Donald and Angela stood there, terrified. Someone had told Pamela. The secret was no longer secret. The sound of heels storming up the stairs filled the air as Pamela bursted the door open. She stood in the doorway, face twisted with rage. It's true. You're pregnant with his baby. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more amazing videos like this, and click on your notification button so as to get notified when we upload more videos. Thank you.